Hi guys, long time no see. If you are following my channel, you have maybe noticed that I did not make a KnitCast last week. And this was for several reasons, which all basically come down to life happened. Life happened and I kind of ran out of time, I ran out of energy, and it's been a rough couple of weeks. But I'm back today, 1 week late, and I'm very sorry about that. I will forgive me for that. So anyway, at least I do have a few things to show you this week. This week. I do have a few finished objects, yay. I have some whips, I have a tiny haul. I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah. And yeah, let's just get to it, okay? So, first of all, last time I did promise you I would finish this object, and I did. So, I give you the second Bohemian cardigan. Yay! Let's show it back. It's better. There. So it's a bit hard to show you all of it like this, but yeah, you get the idea, and you've seen a lot of this already. So this is all done. The sleeves are done and are in. I have done, you know, all the edgings are done. The belt is done as well, and it's done. So now that one has a friend. Yay! And I'm really happy about this. I was thinking about wearing this and showing you today, but I need a better camera for that, for you know, getting a good focus and everything. So, but it's done. And I have done a few pictures of it, but I will do some more. And yeah, well, the pattern won't be out for a while yet because I am doing more sizes of this. There's still a few things that I would like to tweak and change for this one. For instance, I still think the arms, the sleeves, are a bit long, so I'm going to they were very long on the other one. And I still think they are a bit long on this one, so I will be shortening them a bit more as well. But I'm writing up the pattern as I'm going right now, so I think that once I've done the next, I'm planning on making 2 more. And once I've done that, I should be ready to publish this pattern. So I'm thinking, I don't know, sometime during the fall, or maybe as late as Christmas, but this year for sure this pattern will be out. And I'm very happy about how this one turned out. I love that turquoise color, it's so me. So, finished objects. Oh, I just put it back there. Also, maybe you remember this one. Let's see if we can get a good picture of it. It's kind of tricky. The evenings with Matt. You have the edging there. This has been done for quite a while. You know, sleeves and everything. And you have the tiny heart here on the inside, on the wrist of the left arm. This one has been done for quite a while, or almost done. I just had to decide on what to do for the front edging. Oh, this was very tricky to show on camera. This is the front panel, and the edging here I had to decide what to put. And I eventually decided on doing, I think it's very hard to see, but this is actually an I-cord cast off, which I did all the way around along the front edges, and which I'm very happy about. I think that looked very good. So there's actually one more thing that I need to do on this one, and I was planning on having hooks in the front to hook it together, and I did get them. I did actually get 2 different kinds, but I haven't put them on just yet, so that part is still left. But other than that, it's done. Yay! And I already have the yarn at home to do the next size, because this size is a bit small for me and I want to have one in this colorway for myself. So looking forward to casting on that one as well. So 2 finished objects. Well, I count this as finished even though I haven't put the hooks in. You'll just have to forgive me for that. And finally I have one more, which is actually 3 objects that are finished. Just take them out here. And it is the spring socks that I made, that I was planning on making some kind of flower leafy decorations for, which I have now done. So this is the, oh, it's a bit high. It's the green pair, and they have like the flowers and the leaves on one side, and on the inside of the leg there's nothing. I think having just decorations on the outside is quite enough. So those are done, and this pattern I've written up most of it, and I have done quite a few pictures, but I still want to do a few more pictures for this one before it's finished completely. But if you want to see a couple of those pictures, I have a Facebook page for AniLove's design. I'll link that below, because the header and the profile picture for that account is currently from this project. And you can also see a few pictures of my other projects if you're interested in that. We have the pink pair as well. And they look like this. So it's the flowers and the leaves are all the same coloring, but the effect is quite different, as the sock has a different color. And I really love all of these. So it's the second pair, and I also made a blue pair, and I absolutely love how these turned out. I wasn't too sure while I was making the flowers and all, and I was kind of thinking maybe it's a bit too much or whatever, but it turns out, I'm sorry, I'm kind of looking at the screen all the time just to make sure that I'm aiming this right so you can see everything. But it turns out in the end that I really liked it. It's a lot, but I like it. And though it may seem a bit weird to have knitted wool socks for spring, where I live in Scandinavia, it can get really chilly in the spring. So, and also in summer, we don't have a really hot summer this year, and some nights it's kind of chilly and rainy, and it's actually very nice to kind of snuggle on the couch and put on a pair of knitted socks. So those are done, and the pattern will be out shortly, hopefully before the weekend's over, or at least within the next few days. Yay. So very excited about that. And yeah, that's it for finished objects for this week, and I'm actually quite happy with having finished all those things, because they've been kind of, I don't know, haunting me for a while. And like I said last time, I am kind of longing to get onto different projects and do a few smaller projects for a while, because there's a lot of big projects going on right now. But nonetheless, I do have a new Bohemian cardigan cast on, of course. Like I said, I'm going to do another one or 2 more, and I'm making one more in the same size as the turquoise one, and it is this one, which has a red base. And as you can see, I only just started this, so we'll see. I don't have any like a time frame for when I will be finished doing this, but I am doing this one and another one in a larger size, and hopefully we'll be able to publish the pattern this fall or for Christmas the latest. So anyway, third Bohemian cardigan is in the making, and I don't know, maybe it's a good thing to release this pattern somewhere around Christmas. You know, this is kind of a Christmassy red, don't you think? And there are some larger fields which I think I will be doing in white for this one, so you know, maybe it will be kind of a Christmassy Bohemian cardigan. So I have started that, and yeah, well, there's not much to tell. I'm still working on the Drops Baby Merino wool for this one, and it's not a very thick yarn, but I think you could totally make this cardigan in, you know, pretty much any yarn you choose. I just chose this one because merino is really warm and it is it's soft. It doesn't, you know, like scratch or anything. So I love that yarn. So I will be working on this now for 3 million weeks or so and nagging about it all the time. Haha. So you're warned officially now. And yeah, so I started that one. I will be starting the next size of the Evenings with Matt. Not sure when. I'm kind of, you know, winging it. There's no deadline for that one either. So, but I do have this cardigan, which is not my own pattern, and it's kind of curling up, so it's a bit hard to show you. Oh, where is it? Trying to get. So okay, so this one I have been showing you on and off for a while, and this is the back of this cardigan, the Theodora, which I've been kind of, it's been my leisure work, and this is knitted with double yarn. It's Drops Delight and 2 threads. And I really love how this turned out. And I have not been like planning how to get, because the yarn it's like light some parts, and then suddenly some darker patches, and some patches will be so dark blue they're almost black. So it kind of gives this natural flow of coloring, and I haven't been planning. I just, you know, once I finished one ball, I just connected it to the next one and kept going, and this is what has happened, and I'm totally loving it. So the back piece is done. I have also finished the right front panel. So it's a very long cardigan, so it's a bit hard to show you as well. This is with the buttonholes and everything, so that part is done as well. I'm kind of excited to see where this is going to go, because you were supposed to cast off for the shoulder here, but continue with the edging for a bit more, and it's a bit curved. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out when I'm putting the whole thing together. So the right front panel is ready, and I have also started, oh, I see. I have also started on the left front panel. And this was not a project that I had, I didn't buy yarn for this project in particular. There was a sale on this, on Drops Delight, and I just really like the color, and I just got a bunch of them. I don't even remember how many. And I kind of just went roaming about the internet, finding a pattern that I liked, or something that I could use as a base if I wanted to make my own pattern. And I found this one was a long cardigan. It was simple, easy, no fancy stuff whatsoever, and I just immediately fell in love with it. But having it this far, I see that I got this much left of the 2 balls of yarn that I'm currently working on, and I've got 2 more, which should be enough for the left front panel, but I will be needing to get some more yarn for the sleeves. And they are probably, likely, they will be a different dye lot. But considering the yarn is, you know, it is a different color in each ball of yarn, and I am combining 2 balls of yarn all the way through, I actually don't think it's going to, you won't be able to tell much that I have a different dye lot for the sleeves, and especially since it is just the sleeves will be different. It is not, I won't have to, you know, change it to a different dye lot in the same front panel, for example. So I'm fairly confident that that will work out just fine. And yeah, looking forward to having this one done as well. No rush whatsoever with that one either, because, you know, it's July. I won't be, even though it's not, we don't have that warm a summer this year, I will not be wearing this until September the earliest, I would guess. So I'll probably get the rest of the yarn that I need, I don't know, maybe the end of July or something, and I'll just do the sleeves in August so that it will be ready to wear for September or so. But yeah, really, really loving this color. It is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so I'm just tucking everything in behind me here. Well, that is it for ongoing projects. Well, I do have other ongoing projects, but these are the ones that actually have had something happen to them. You know, I have my movie socks that I'm knitting, and I haven't been to the movies, so there's really nothing happening with those just now. So these are the ongoing projects. I'm sorry, I need a bit of coffee now. Always gotta have coffee. But you do realize that this means that I'm basically making 7 cardigans. Yeah. I've got, well, yeah, well actually it's basically 7 cardigans this year. So I made the yellow one behind me, Bohemian cardigan. I made a turquoise, that's 2. I'm working on the 3rd. I will do a 4th of that one. I have finished 1 evenings with Matt. I will do 1 more, and I got my green project, my Theodora cardigan. So 7 cardigans this year alone. Now that's a lot of cardigans, and that is, I can wear all of them. They're all somewhat within my size range, but you know, who needs 7 new cardigans in 1 year? So I am thinking about, I may sell a couple of them, or a few of them actually. So I think maybe I will be putting some of the finished objects in Etsy as well once I'm done. Yeah, I'm totally going to do that. So keep a lookout for that if you're interested in getting one of these cardigans for yourself, and don't feel inclined to knitting, to doing that huge project yourself. I may have 1 or 2 or maybe 3 for sale eventually. So I'll keep you posted. I'll let you know in my KnitCast if I do that. So yeah. Okay, I did not buy any yarn this week or the past 2 weeks. I think I talked about this last time, that I probably won't be buying any yarn at all this month, possibly towards the end of it, when I need to get more yarn for the sleeves for my Theodora cardigan. But other than that, I'm not planning on buying any yarn this month. I did, however, go buy a couple of items at the sewing store. I did buy the hooks I talked about earlier. I have these that are, it's kind of hard to see, but these that are silver, and I got these ones that are basically the same chocolatey brown color as the Evenings with Matte cardigan is. So I'm thinking about going with these ones, and I'll see, maybe I can get those in tonight. But I also got, and I think these are so beautiful, I got some ribbons for the sewing projects that I never seem to find a time for actually doing. I'm thinking about doing like I don't know, a knitting bag or something, and decorating it with this kind of ribbon. I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of a goldy, has a very, very royal feel to it. I don't know, I saw it and I fell completely in love with it, and I don't know, it's probably not everybody's cup of tea, but I've always claimed that I was a misborn transvestite something, I don't know, you know, I do love the glittery, sparkly stuff, and yeah, so love those. I also got the same ribbon with some blue in it, and this really, really feels royal. I don't know why, but I'm absolutely, I don't know if you can tell, I'm absolutely loving the combination of the gold and the copper and the blue, and it's just, yeah, it's beautiful. So maybe this will inspire me to actually find a time to sit down and do some sewing, and to yank myself away from all the knitting, because I get stuck with all the knitting. And I got also some like, it's almost like a rope, like silky ropes for tying up. So I don't have like a concrete plan for what I'm going to do with this. I just saw them and, you know, decided I wanted to have some of that. So we'll just have to see where that goes. So that's all that I've bought, actually. I haven't bought anything else. Not this month anyway, but I did order a few things on eBay. I think I mentioned this a while ago. And what I did earlier, I think I showed you, I had ordered like these wooden butterfly buttons. Very, very cute. I was thinking more for decorations than actual buttons. I don't think they would work very good for that, but if you're for decorations, or I think even scrapbooking, this would probably be good. So I did order butterflies earlier. I know I showed you those, well, several weeks ago. I had ordered some more, so they arrived now. And I have also, let's see if I get a few of these. I ordered some skulls, and these are like, it's like sugar skulls, kind of a decorated sugar skulls. And my idea here as well is, you know, just for decorations. And this week I got some flower buttons that I ordered. It's a yellow one and a pink one, and there were these and the turquoise, which I of course love because I love everything turquoise. So that arrived in the email. I also ordered, I think actually prior to ordering these flowers and stuff, I ordered some tiny black half beads that I'm going to use for eyes for my snowman. They should have arrived like 3 weeks ago, and they didn't, which is kind of annoying. But at the same time, I don't know, I spent like €1.50 maybe on them, so it's, you know, it's not a big loss, but it's still annoying because I would really like to get those. And it's also possible because these packages tend to be like really, really small. It's like a tiny, tiny envelope like this. And I think those half beads that I ordered, it could possibly have been like an even tinier package, which means, you know, I guess it's the kind of thing that could just disappear in the mail handling. So I'm kind of guessing that that is what has happened, and not that they didn't fulfill their order, because it's actually the first time I had any trouble ordering anything from eBay. I always get the stuff I order, and you know, like that, but it just takes time, that's all. But I always get the things that I have ordered. So but with any luck they will turn up anyway, or I'll just place another order and hope I'm lucky that it doesn't disappear on the way. So but these arrived safe and sound, so to speak. And I also got another thing in my mail this week. I got this, and this is, you might not think that this has anything to do with my creative stuff, but it actually does. This is a book that it's a novel that I translated a few years ago that is now being republished from a different publishing house, and they have very, very graciously sent me a few copies of the new edition of this book. So I got 5 of these in my mailbox the other day, which was great fun. So now I have 2 versions of this, one from the original publishing house and this one for the new publishing house, which has bought the rights for these books. And you know, it's got my name and everything in it, so it's kind of nice. I like that. So it was a nice surprise, or surprise. I did know they were coming. I just didn't know exactly when. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, I think that's it for for creative things this week, at least for crafts. I do have a couple of other things to tell you, but first I need some more coffee. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I opted for the wine instead of the coffee because I had actually finished all my coffee. I had the pot was completely empty, and as it is late afternoon when I am filming this, I decided I am allowed, and this is a very important matter to discuss, and important matters like this one at least do require some wine. Or, well, I just decided it does. So, cheers! Okay, so I know I discussed this earlier at some point, or at least I mentioned it, that I have this idea about building my own, I don't know if RV is a good expression, but my own, let's call it my own tiny house on wheels. That's what I want to build. This is a dream that I have had for, wow, at least 25 years now. And because I enjoy traveling, I enjoy living in new places or staying in new places for longer periods of time, learning to know new people, and having, you know, like adventures, like staying up in northern Norway, photographing and filming the northern lights, or going to, I don't know, all the fun stuff you can find all the way through Europe or whatever, experiencing other countries and cultures and foods and festivities. Like, you know, there's so much to experience out there, and I love that. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I haven't filmed anything for 2 weeks, and the reason is that life happened, and life kind of slapped me. Just, yeah, life happened a lot, seriously. And it's I kind of came to the point where I felt that, you know, I'm kind of done. I need to make some changes in several areas. I have fulfilled a lot of dreams the past 10 years in particular, since my divorce from my no good ex-husband, and there are still things that I would like to do, that I need to do to be a happy person. And one of those things is that I really, really want to do this tiny house living. And the house I'm living in now, I'm renting this house, and the plan is that I'm going to buy it. But for several reasons I am starting to feel that maybe that is not a good idea. And that has to do with financial aspects. It's a very, very long story, but I'm not quite confident that I want to take on that kind of commitment, even though it is not a very expensive house to buy per se. But yeah, we'll see how I do that. But either way, I do want to do this, to build this tiny house. And I have been doing a lot of research for many, many years. And I have actually lived that way many years ago, more than 25 years ago, which is basically where the idea kind of came to in the first place. I was working on a traveling fair all through Scandinavia. So I have done this before. I know what it's like to live like that. I have a lot of experience when it comes to building something, to do the whole compact living thing. So it's not like I'm starting completely, you know, from not knowing anything. I do know my way around a tool or two. But I haven't, and I've had this, you know, this basic idea of what I wanted to do, and I've been considering different types of vehicles that I would use to build into this tiny home. It's been everything from a smaller truck to a bus to a sprinter van or whatever. And what I have done now, the past few days, I have been home sick actually, and I just sat down and I started sketching on this idea for the first time ever. Because this is something that has mostly been living in my head for all these years, and I have kind of accumulated all this knowledge and all these ideas on how to do different things and how to solve different issues that may, well, that you may have when doing this, especially if you are actually doing this and living like that full time. So I have made a sketch which looks like this, and absolutely will make absolutely no sense to anyone other than me, but I love this sketch. This sketch is my baby. It is magnificent. Actually, I am covering all the things that I need, all the things I want. It is becoming such an awesome project, and I've been doing a lot of research on YouTube, for example, which I have been doing for years, but I've been doing again now for several days while I've been homesick. And I have picked up so many new thoughts and ideas and that I have implemented in my sketch here, and I have like a 3 or 4 page long document, just, you know, bullet points of I gotta have this, I gotta have that, you gotta remember this is important, etc. And I am going to do it. I have to do it. I cannot go on living the way I do now. I have been working like a 9 to or 8 to 5 job for a year basically. I was kind of scheduled before that too for a couple of years, but the current way, it just doesn't work for me. I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all. And even though I do love my colleagues, especially my colleagues within physical and IT security, they are the best. I would love to hang out with those guys all the time. But the work situation and this, you know, working 8 to 5, commuting 3 hours a day, in addition to that, you come home, you gotta do the dishes, and you gotta do... I'm not cut out for that kind of life. It's something that I would do temporarily. So I am going to make that big change. It will not happen overnight. I hopefully I can buy the vehicle that I decide on next fall, so a little more than a year from now, which is fall of 2018. And then I expect to be spending at least a year and a half building this entire thing, you know. And then we'll just have to see what happens after that. I don't know if I will quit the job I have now, if I will sign a consultancy contract with them so that I can work from, you know, like a digital nomad. If I will do only my own stuff. I do have my own publishing house, I do have a design business. If I will do only that, I do write books, etc. So I will be releasing some of those. Maybe those will generate enough of an income in the long run to sustain me. I do give lectures and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of I don't know where that will end up, but I have like at least 2.5 years to figure that part out, how to do that and what I want to do. And in the meantime I will focus on being able to launch this project financially, when it comes to more, you know, the stuff I need, finding out what kind of vehicle I need. Do I need to get a different driver's license than I have today? So that's what I'm going to do. And this is sort of a creative thing as well, because I will be building this entire thing on my own. I will do quite extensive building inside this, you know, how to, you know, everything from how my bed is going to work to my kitchen department. I will need to mount things both here and there, and I will have to do the electricity and all this, and I'm basically planning on doing most of this on my own, with the possible exception of welding, which I currently don't know how to, but on the other hand, how hard can it be? I do have access to welding equipment, so I could learn, and as long as it's you know, like just inside the housing compartment, I'm pretty confident I could learn to do that as well. And I'm also thinking that I will need a lot of storage for, you know, all my yarns and all my design stuff. And one thing I have not been able to figure out just yet is where the heck do I put my spinning wheel? Because even though they're not that big and they're not heavy in any way, I do have like the old-fashioned kind of spinning wheels, and when you live in a tiny house like that, it is big. It does take up a lot of room, and I need to find somewhere to store that wheel so that I'm not tripping over it inside inside my house, and so that it is secure when I am traveling from, well, wherever I want to go. So I basically want to be like a mobile business, a mobile publishing house, a mobile designer, a mobile yarn indie dyer kind of thing. And yeah, that's basically just what I wanted to tell you. That's what I'm going to do. I want to do that, and we'll see. Maybe I'll do that full-time, all year long, 24/7, forever, and just, you know, leave the house. Or maybe I will write a bestseller and I will do everything, and I will buy the house and I will do the tiny house thing as well. Who knows? Who knows what the future brings? Just as long as I get to fulfill that particular dream. I've been having it for so long, and I know so much about it. I have all the information I need. I have been planning my life in a way that it makes it easier for me to fulfill that dream. So now it is time to start actually doing it. It is. So stay with me, come along for the ride. I am hoping it will be a fun one for you as well. And maybe I will see some of you someday, somewhere around the globe. I would like that. I would really like that. It would be a lot of fun. And yeah, that's it. I am going to go have my wine. I'm going to sketch some more on my fantastic drawing here, which really doesn't have much room left to sketch anything on, but I still have a few ideas that I would like to jot down. So I'm going to go do that and do some knitting and have some wine, and I think maybe have some pizza because this day requires pizza. Yeah, so have a good one, and I will see you next week. Bye!